Heidi, so tell me about you and your festival.
So my name is Heidi Basch-Harod, and I'm the executive director of Women's Voices Now. And Women's Voices Now holds an annual film festival that is mostly online. And while our organizational goal is to use film to drive positive social change that advances women's and girls' rights globally, our film festival specifically has the mission to promote emerging women filmmakers who are using their skills and talents to shine a light on the most pressing issues that women and girls face all over the world. So it's twofold: to advance their careers, but also to bring about awareness about women's rights issues all over
Mhm.
globally.
Heidi, how long have you been around and can you share your founding story?
Certainly. So, Women's Voices Now has been around since 2010. Our first film festival took place in 2011 in Los Angeles, California. This year, today, March 1st, we are opening our eighth online film festival. And what was the question? Sorry, I can do it again.
Mhm. Yeah, no, we can do it. We
Yeah,
can rewind and do
yeah.
it again. So yes, so how long has your maybe I will also ask the question again. All right. So Heidi, how long has your festival been around and could you share your founding story with us?
Certain, so the first edition of the Women's Voices Now Film Festival was in 2011. It was the only festival that actually had an on-the-ground event in Los Angeles. And since this year, March 1st, we're opening our eighth edition of the film festival. And the organization Women's Voices Now was founded in 2010 by a man by the name of Leslie Sachs, who believed that until the half of the population of the world that identifies as women were uplifted and using their full human potential, that we will not have peace and security in the world. And he saw that film is one of the most powerful tools to influence culture, to change people's hearts and minds, and to reach the greatest amount of people in the most effective and moving way. And so from there was born the organization, and also the first film festival iteration, which was focusing on women's voices from the Muslim world, and that was back in 2011.
Mhm. Thank you so much. And wasn't he right
Yes.
in
I
that
couldn't agree
message,
more.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Heidi, do you have an inspirational filmmaker story to share from your festival?
Absolutely. I definitely have an inspirational filmmaker story to share from our first film festival. So before I was part of things, but I've kept in touch with this filmmaker. So in our 2011 film festival, a filmmaker by the name of Alka Sadat was flown from Afghanistan to Los Angeles to receive a couple of awards that she won for a documentary that she submitted to our festival. And she and her sister are still to this day filmmakers. They're no longer in Afghanistan because of everything that has happened, but when Alka returned to Herat, where she is from, she and her sister decided to start the first women's film festival in Afghanistan in their country's history. And until last year, the Herat International Women's Film Festival was running each fall, bringing women's films made by women from all over the world to an Afghan audience and also a global audience. And I had the pleasure of serving on the film festival jury during the pandemic. But Alka, just her most inspiring story of like really feeling that we believed in her and she needed to believe in herself, and she went back to Afghanistan and made history.
Wow. Wow. And the last question, do you have any kind words to share about the fellowship, how you're benefiting from it or enjoying it?
So the Filmocracy Fellowship for Women's Voices Now for our film festival is something I could never have imagined that we would have the opportunity to do. I think what's been most inspiring and impressive, and what I'm so grateful for, is the thoughtful cohort that has been put together. That it's not only giving us the skills of how to run the best festival we possibly can, but this incredible network of women's film festivals that we didn't know about before. And now we have all of these colleagues that long after this Filmocracy Fellowship is finished, will continue to share ideas and to promote each other's festivals and to recruit films from each other's festivals, and just really create that sense of community and perpetuating the mindset that there's abundance, right? Like quite often in women's rights spaces and women's organizing work, there's often a feeling of scarcity. There is enough to go around, and especially when you're running nonprofits and film festivals, it's tough business. So just this idea of coming together in community and seeing how much we all have to offer each other and how much we can receive, and that wouldn't have been possible without Filmocracy. So I know on behalf of my team and I, we're extremely grateful, and our film festival will be so much better for this experience.
And we are grateful for you. Thank you so much.